So again, I'm critiquing me teaching Winslow to move away from my hands. So I think he just has a bug on his face is where we're getting this reaction from. Because I wasn't doing anything to him prior to this. I just cut down the video so it wasn't long and it wasn't just me talking about something that I don't do anymore. So what I'm explaining here is getting him to move his shoulders over in response to pressure from my hand, like right behind his shoulder and then up on his face. So this is a decent application of negative reinforcement. It's just very light on his side and up on his neck and then letting go as soon as he steps over. I don't do this, or I try not to do this anymore because I still find that the horses don't like it very much, and instead it's just easier to use a target. But this looks a lot better. If you go back and watch the last video where I'm using a ton of pressure, you can see his reaction to it versus a little bit of pressure here. It's a huge difference. And then if you go watch Dakota's video, you can see her reaction to me using negative reinforcement and releasing the pressure when she moves over versus using a tactile cue and then using a target to create the movement and the behavior. So you can see the huge difference in both of the horses. So this is a good video example of that. So in the last video, way too much pressure. Like this is much better. And it's just asking him right behind the shoulder, like where your girth would be, maybe slightly behind, depending on where you want the cue. And then I kind of have my other hand just to kind of help block his head. So I had him step his shoulders over. Now I'm going to be working on the hindquarters. So behind the girth is a pretty typical spot. And then I'm just going to kind of press there and then wait for him to step over. I really should be releasing at this point because what I was waiting for at the time is to get that step over, but I really don't need that. I need to release when he's just stepping over. I know if it's behind or if it's together, it's not correct, but he's just learning this, so it's fine. I can release because I want that step over movement to be conditioned. That's what I want. And then if I'm too picky in the beginning, he's just going to get frustrated and not want to participate. So here, like he's just not going. That's better. So he actually did step over that time, but I think um, he was definitely left because I hadn't released fast enough the first time. So I'm asking again. I need to be letting go a little bit sooner there. It's a little bit harder to see though because he's in shadow. So I'm asking here and I'm applying a little bit of pressure with my halter. I need to be releasing as soon as he took that step over. So again, just not releasing. I'm looking for kind of a finished behavior right away, which is not a good idea. You want to build on that and progress on it. That looked better. I think it was like a pretty hot day this day too. And I might have done something else with him before this. I don't remember, but that was a decent example of some gentle negative reinforcement.